Hello everyone, it's Glitz and Glitter time. Today is pumpkin day. I have this pumpkin mold I've been wanting to do, and since it's the middle of September, I need to get a move on. So I'm going to do a couple of these. Today's is going to be more fun, and in a couple days I'm going to do a more pretty one, so to give you just a couple different ideas. So today I'm going to use a bunch of the sprinkles that I use in cake decorating. And I'm going to see if I can put sprinkles into resin and hope that they don't like melt or anything or bleed, or I don't know. I've never used sprinkles in resin before, so I thought this is a good opportunity to try it. So I am going to mix up, this holds 9.5 ounces, way more than I thought, but this pumpkin wall is pretty thick. It's not that thin. So I did measure it with water to know how much I needed. So I'm just going to mix up 8 ounces, and then I'm going to dump a whole lot of sprinkles in there. So I might put it in 2 different cups just so I can jam pack it with sprinkles. But the stem, I don't want sprinkles. So I think I'm going to pick me out a chameleon powder and get that part painted in the stem. So let me go find a color and mix up some resin. So because I'm going to be pouring it clear with sprinkles, and I don't want my chameleon color to be like on the pastel side, I did choose the intense ones. These intense chameleon powders give you the same effect whether you fill it with white, clear, or black. These are so pigmented that you just won't see or be able to tell what it's filled with. So I thought that was going to be a good choice. So I'm just going to paint the stem part. That's the only part I'm going to be doing with this. So I'm just going to take my little tiny brush, and then I'm going to like empty out as much as I can so it's not floating. And you do not need much of this stuff, goes so far. I know it looks like a super tiny jar, but I've been using this stuff over and over since I got it, and I still have a lot left in these jars. So it does spread quite a long way. So I think this was the best choice, seeing that I know it's going to be clear with sprinkles. So let's just get this in there, and then I'm going to mix up the resin. I'm still deciding which resin I want to use. So I thought about using the 4-hour cure because it's thicker. The only thing with that is it can have more bubbles in it because it's so thick. So I think I'm going to use my pump resin for this one. Okay, that's full. Just tap out as much as you can and then get this rest out before you start pouring it. I'm going to do the pump resin only because this is pretty thick. The walls are thick, and you could pour the pump one up to 1 inch thick without a problem. So I'm just going to wipe the rest of this off so you don't see all that dust that I got on there. So if you guys have used sprinkles in anything and you are in my Facebook group, please post some pictures so we could see what you've done with some sprinkles. If you are not in my Facebook group and you would like to be, there is a link in the description box that'll get you right to there. And all you have to do is send the request, and everyone gets in until the rules aren't followed, and then those very few, I think I've removed 2 people out of 3,500 who just decided they didn't want to follow rules. And so no, it's a great community of people in there. Everybody's really supportive and helpful if you have questions. So I think, yeah, I'm going to use the pump resin. So what I did was I mixed up 8 ounces of resin, and I split it in 2 cups, 4 ounce each cup. And I put each cup in its own bubble remover, because the bubble remover, the airless one, works best at like 3 to 4 ounces and not more than that. Otherwise, a whole lot of bubbles don't come to the surface in one run. So the other one's still in there. And I'm going to do 2 pours because I don't know how much sprinkles it's going to take. So I'm just going to randomly start dumping sprinkles in. And I'm going to do a whole bunch of different kinds. and hope they don't melt during the curing process. So I don't know, I'm interested. I've done cereal in coasters before and it worked out just fine. If you want to see that video, it's way back there in my channel, but it's definitely in there. They look really cute for kids, cereal and milk. So I'm just going to go through all of these. A little bit of this, and just like cooking, you know? And I want to get it nice and thick because I don't want the sprinkles to like, they're obviously going to fall. So I don't want a clear spot. That's why I want these really, really thick. I'm just going to put a little bit of everything that I have. Need a little bit of green in there to match that top. And then if I need more resin, which I'm sure I will, I'll just do the same thing in the other cup as soon as it comes out of the machine. Let's do some more of these. What I'm looking for here is not much resin sitting on the top. Then you'll know it's super thick full. There's still like a, bunch, well, there's a little bit of resin still sitting on top, so I'm just gonna keep adding. That one's ready. So I may have way more resin than I need, and if I do, I already have a plan for the extra. So first, I'm going to pour it in here. I am going to squish it down in that center though. Let's just use the back of this since it's sitting here. Not that it matters, you're not going to see a bubble. I don't know why I'm bothering, but I'm going to pour the lid first. The lid only holds like an ounce. Most of it goes into the actual pumpkin itself. Okay, I'm gonna put him out of the side and start pouring this one. This should be pretty simple today. And like I said, in a couple days, I'm going to do a pretty pumpkin. More elegant than candy, obviously. Okay, the other one is out of the bubble machine, and it looks like I'm gonna need it, so I'm gonna go ahead and mix it all up. So these are full, and I have 3 ounces left, and I'm like, what can I use 3 ounces in? And then I remembered my turtle shell holds 3 ounces. So you're going to get a bonus unmolding, because I'm going to put the rest of it, actually, yeah, I'm going to put the rest of it in the back of the turtle. I'm hoping it doesn't go down into his head, but it might. Yep, it's gonna go down in his head too. So it's going in his head and his back. Unfortunately, I can't stop that. Unless you guys have a tip for me. What can I fill his head with? Because it dips downward. Then I will do it next time. But on the spot and in the moment of hot resin, I just can't think quick enough on what I can do to fill his little head in. So we're gonna have a little Halloween pumpkin and a Halloween turtle. Turtle's ready for second layer. He's tacky. Well, not even tacky. I mean, he's more than tacky. It's been about 2 hours. And I mixed up 8 ounces of resin, and this is the closest purple that I could find to those purple sprinkles that are in there, and it looks like the sprinkles did not melt. Looks like they are intact and nothing happens. So I'm going to go ahead and mix up a little bit, and I want the purple transparent because I'm going to be putting some of my crushed crystal in there as well. So I'm just going to put a few drops in here, mix it up, test it on my napkin to make sure it's dark enough, because it can take quite a lot of alcohol ink to tint 8 ounces. Now, I'm not going to throw this through the debubbler because that crushed crystal glitter that I'm going to put in here is going to mimic bubbles anyway, so it really won't matter if there's bubbles in there. Plus, he's a turtle. He should have bubbles. Well, that took a lot more alcohol ink than I expected for 8 ounces. This is my crystally, well, it's called crushed crystal, but it's like a glitter, and you use it very sparingly, like extra super sparingly. I'm just going to, like, this much. Get this a little bit glittery. You know I have to add glitter to everything. Even if it is a candy turtle, he needs glitter. Maybe just like a tiny bit more. If you guys have not ordered this glitter yet, you do not know what you are missing out on. This stuff is going to last forever, and it is so pretty. And it floats. Like, it doesn't sink. So it will always be suspended in whatever you use. So I'm just going to close this so I don't spill it. This is like gold to me. And get this poured, and then maybe I'll pop him in the curing machine so we can get him out sooner. This is like a bonus. I didn't expect to be pouring a turtle today. And just kind of go up under there. I can see bubbles already up underneath his head. Get that one out of there. That's it. I've got a few more out. Now I'm done. I got 3 ounces left. That's how I got into this predicament in the first place, because I had 3 ounces left. So I'm gonna find something to pour that into. So I found this little conch shell mold. So let's pour it in there. I don't know how much it holds, but probably 3 ounces. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So not only are you going to get 1 bonus unmolding, you're going to get 2. Not that it's going to be very spectacular, it's just a purple conch shell. But hey, whatever, we'll take it, right? Better than tossing it. I'm going to just spritz them and let them cure. Time to unmold. We'll start with this one since it was an unexpected. We'll see how it came out. I can't stand unmolding. I don't know why it has to be so hard all the time. Okay. Nothing spectacular. I might go around the edge with a paint pen though. Give it a little bit of bling. There's 1 tiny bubble on the bottom. But not bad. We'll set that aside. We'll do the turtle next since it was another extra we didn't expect. So for this one, you just kind of have to loosen it around the legs first. There's a tail up underneath there to loosen it around. And then the head usually comes out last. See, there's a little tail which had a hole in it, a bubble. Okay. That's not too bad. I mean, for a sprinkle turtle. What do you guys think? I will paint his little eyes black right there. Not too bad. I mean, it's not beautiful, obviously. It's got candy in it. Okay. Next is the lid. Oh, I love the stem. Check that out. I told you it would come out pretty intense. And the lid looks great. No bubbles on the edges or on the inside. Great, great, great. Now this one I did look on the side. I'm not happy. All my sprinkles dropped. So yeah, not what I really wanted. Sorry, I gotta kind of struggle with this one. This is not easy. Maybe if I just roll it down. I know I should probably just spray it. Oh, it's coming, it's coming. There we go. All right, let me get my mold back together. I'm more excited to do it the pretty way than the candy way. Well, there it is from the top. So the one good thing we know about sprinkles is they don't melt. But see that? Yeah. We got a clear section. But if you look at it from the top, it looks pretty good. But if you look at it from the side, although the bottom does have sprinkles, so maybe I could say, maybe I could paint it. Maybe I could paint it with like orange acrylic paint. I'm gonna try that. Let me grab a gold pen. So I used my gold pen to paint his eyes, so that's a little better even though you really can't see it. Not my gold pen, my black pen. Okay. Now, let's try this. If I don't like it, you could always get it off with alcohol. So what do you think? I don't know if I like this part. I'm gonna just let it see if it grows on me before I take it off. You could touch it up with like alcohol, the parts that you don't like that little spot I messed up. So drop me a comment. Let me know which way you like it, with that or without it. So I'm going to try to paint the bottom portion with acrylic paint. And we'll see if that helps any. Just the bottom. Now you might have to go over it a couple times. So that's one coat. I don't think it looks too bad. I think I'll go over it with another coat when it's dry. What do you think? Kind of got to go around it and get it all even. Is that a good save or not a good save? Let me know. I don't know. I've never painted resin with acrylic before. From the inside you could see brush strokes. So maybe I will try to go over it again. I've been just playing around with this today. I put 2 coats of the purple on. I tried to make it as even as possible at the line. Now I'm just using like this fan brush, kind of dry with black acrylic, because I just didn't like it stark purple, and I'm just kind of blending in a little bit of black randomly around all these little, I don't know, indentations of the pumpkin. And I think that's how this one is going to end. I don't know. Give me your opinion. Did I save it or did I ruin it? Because I'm not a painter. I am not an artist, that's for sure. So this is foreign to me. So I don't even know if you could see the black in the camera. It does hide the bubbles pretty well. Anyway, that's today's video. So look for the next pumpkin that's going to be prettier, much prettier. Anyway, in my head it's much prettier. We'll see if it actually works. So I think I'll probably spray this with a sealer, and then that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Try some sprinkles. Let me see what you guys do. I will see you all tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day. Bye.